I got all my fingers, then I go chop, chop, chop. And if I get all the spots, then I can off. Oh, chop, 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 chop. How is everybody? Everybody doing good? Now you might look at the title and you say, what do you mean that you're playing 2 games at once? I only see 1 game. Well, if you guys didn't know, Bethesda released 2 games. I can play one on the stream, and I can play one on my robot. Alexa, play the game Skyrim. Alexa.
Well?
Oh, play the game Skyrim.
In one direction is a quaint farm, in the other is a busy trading post. Where would you like to go?
Trading post.
At the busy trading post, an orc carpenter greets you. She desperately needs you to retrieve a rare book from a dense forest. Will you help the orc carpenter?
Yes.
You follow the quest marker to your destination. Have you been in these woods before? You can't remember. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
You look up at the forest canopy. The colors of Skyrim's leaves are dazzling, especially this far south. A bandit leaps out in front of you. He won't let you leave without a fight.
Okay.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Shout! Scream at him! Till he dies!
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Use the spell!
Your flames sear the bandit. The bandit swings his weapon at you. You take 7 damage. What would you like to do?
Use the weapon!
Your dagger pierces the chest of the bandit. He cries out and expires. He died as he lived. Or something like that. You are victorious. Your health is at 93. There are 2 ways forward, an overgrown footpath and a thickly wooded footpath. Which
I know, it's November 14th. Footpath.
There are 2 ways forward, an overgrown footpath and a thickly wooded footpath. Which do you choose?
Foresty footpath.
You move deeper into the forest.
Okay.
Clouds cover the sun and the forest suddenly feels unnerving. You hear clicking. That rock is actually a mud crab.
Ooh.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your dagger
So
slices
how's
into
everybody?
the mud
Everybody
crab.
doing good?
The mud crab's dead shell clatters. If only you had time to make some steamed mud crab legs. You have triumphed.
Yes.
You have 93 health.
Yes.
There are 2 paths before you, a cobblestone trail and a rock-laden hill. Which do you choose?
Rock Hill.
You move deeper into the forest. As you move carefully between the trees, you spot something. You hear the terrifying sound of gnashing mandibles. A large frostbite spider leers at you, all the eyes squinting in unison. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Shout.
Foo throw. Your unrelenting force throws the large frostbite spider back, staggering it. Your foe is
2 Bethesda
resistant to
games.
this type of attack.
2 Bethesda games.
The large frostbite
Without playing.
spider bites you. You take 8 damage. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your sparks shot the large frostbite spider.
Okay.
The large frostbite spider bites you. You take 8 damage. What would you like to do?
Yo, it's good, Josh. Weapon.
Your dagger cuts the large frostbite spider.
Ooh, I leveled up.
Your skill with arms has increased to level 8. The large frostbite spider bites you. You take 8 damage.
Jesus.
What would you like to do?
How much health do I have?
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
How many cheese wheels do I have?
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Use the weapon of God!
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would
Religion!
you like to do?
Shout?
Foo throw. Your mighty shout slams the large frostbite spider into the dirt. Your foe has some resistance to that attack.
Ooh, I leveled up.
Your shout skill has increased to level 6. You now command unrelenting force. A large frostbite spider attacks, but misses. What would you like to do?
Fusruda.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Use spell.
Your raised zombie strikes the large frostbite spider. Your foe breathes its last.
Okay.
Necromancy is always so rewarding. You are victorious.
Thank you.
Your health is at 69. You
Ha
eat
ha.
the large frostbite spider's remains. Find a legendary iron battle axe of scorching and cast aside your old weapon. There are 3 paths forward, a suspiciously
ever do that
quiet
shit.
glade, a flower-lined footpath, and a craggy hill. Which do you choose?
I like the third one. The craggy hill.
You move deeper into the forest. You crouch behind a fallen tree and survey the
Can
scene.
these guys just mate
One more
already?
fight. This could be tough. The room brightens up with an otherworldly light. A flame atronach twists in the air, blocking your path. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your battle axe chops the flame atronach. The flame atronach
Acronach.
throws a ball of fire at you.
Not
You take
atronach.
16 damage. What would
Acronach.
you like to do?
Weapon.
Your battle axe cleaves the flame atronach.
Yes.
The flame atronach is cast back into oblivion.
Acronach.
You survived the battle. Your health is at
Acronach.
53. You have successfully retrieved the rare book. This
Oh.
should fetch a nice reward. You realize the path through the forest loops back to where you started your quest. That would have been good to know earlier.
Yes. Leveled up.
The carpenter looks at the rare book, relieved. She thanks you and rewards you with a mysterious burlap sack. Okay then. You head out on the road. After chasing butterflies for an embarrassing amount of time, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a small hamlet, in the other is a Daedric shrine. Where would you like to go?
Hamlet?
At the small hamlet, a Breton forester greets you. He desperately
I don't know what a
needs you
hamlet
to
is.
retrieve a childhood toy from a haunted cave. Will you help the Breton forester?
No?
You head out on the road. After stopping to converse with some old bearded men on top of a mountain, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a small hamlet, in the other is an ancient standing stone. Where would you like to go?
Hamlet.
Once at the small hamlet, a Khajiit armorer greets you. She tells you of the terrible evil lurking in a nearby mountain pass that has been terrorizing the small hamlet. Will you lend your spell and steal to her cause?
Yes.
You follow the quest marker to your destination. Storm clouds swirl overhead menacingly. Will you venture in?
Yes.
You pass an old Nordic shrine to Talos. The Thamor wouldn't be happy to see this. Then again, the Thamor aren't here, are they? You feel another world
Bless
of
Talos.
An apprentice fire mage stands before you. He seems unsure of his skills. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Cast spell.
Your conjured familiar leaps at the apprentice fire
Oh, I
mage.
got a conjurer
Your foe is
now.
resistant
Okay,
to
I
this
got
type
my
of attack.
conjurer skill.
Your magicka swells with arcane power. Your magic skill has increased to level 6. The apprentice fire mage attacks, but misses. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your battle axe cleaves the apprentice fire mage. The apprentice fire mage dies. He probably should have studied in Winterhold a little harder. You have triumphed. You have 100 health. There are 2 paths before you, a windswept plateau and an
Winterhold.
exposed ridge. Which do you choose?
Say that again?
There are 2 paths before you, a windswept plateau and an exposed ridge. Which do you choose?
Plateau.
You venture further up the mountain. The view is now so magnificent you take a screenshot. A bandit leaps out in front of you. He won't let you leave without
Why
a
is
fight.
this a meme? Why are
can
you
attack
a
with
meme?
weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee.
Shout.
What would you like to do?
Shout.
Futhro Da. Your
Oh!
mighty shot slams the bandit into the dirt. The bandit swings his weapon at you. You take 7 damage. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your battle axe terminates the bandit.
Yes.
He cries out and expires. He died as he lived. Or something like that. You survived the battle. Your health is at 93. There are 2 ways forward. A large boulder scramble and a snowberry-lined footpath. Which do you choose?
The large scramble.
You venture further up the mountain. As you ascend further, you catch the scent of juniper berries on the wind.
Ooh.
You also smell trouble.
Oh.
You're nearly finished here. You run. Of course, the hardest battle is yet to come. A creature rises before you, howling, both beast and man. It's a werewolf, and it looks hungry. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Cast spell?
Your raised zombie strikes the werewolf. The werewolf attacks, but misses. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your battle axe chops the werewolf. The werewolf leaps towards you.
Oh, no.
You take 9 damage.
Oh.
What would you like to do?
Weapon. So,
Your battle
everybody
axe
doing
terminates
good?
the werewolf.
Yes.
The werewolf bleeds out, clutching its throat in a last howl of pain.
Oh, God.
You are victorious. Your health is at 84.
You brutally
have
murdered this
successfully
werewolf.
cleared the mountain pass of evil.
Congratulations.
This should earn you a generous reward. You made it all the way around the mountain back to where you began. Funny how walking in a circle will do that.
There you go.
The Khajiit breathes a sigh of relief and thanks you for putting down every last one of those vile villains. They really had it coming. She tosses you a regifted note. You inspect the note. There's a bloody handprint and the words we know. We know what, you wonder? You head out on the road. You stop by a tavern but ignore everyone trying to give you quests and move on.
Me.
Soon, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a Nord village, in the other is an isolated shack. Where would you like to go?
Nord Village?
Once at the Nord village, a Red Guard messenger greets you. She looks quite sad. She tells you her lover was killed by a mysterious evil in an abandoned fort. Will you avenge her lover?
No.
You head out on the road. After running in the wrong direction for a time, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a foggy dock, in the other is a Daedric shrine. Where would you like to go?
Daedric Shrine. Yes, I am.
At the Daedric Shrine, a Red Guard city guard greets you. She desperately needs you to retrieve an offering to the
This is a
divines from the
challenge.
dense forest. Will you help the Red Guard city guard?
Yes.
You follow the quest marker to your destination. When you approach the forest, you see a bear fighting with 2 wolves. They don't seem to notice you. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
The beauty of the forest is offset by the recently mangled corpse of the traveler. You resolve not to share his fate. A bandit thug is talking to himself up ahead. He smashes his mead bottle and charges you wildly. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Shout.
Foos Road Da. Your unrelenting force tosses the bandit thug into the air. He crashes to the ground. The bandit thug swings his weapon at you. You take 10 damage. What would you like to do?
Weapon. I can just imagine this guy just flying across the field.
Your skill with arms has increased to level 9. The bandit thug swings his weapon at you. You take 10 damage. What would you like to do?
Say that? Oh,
You can
attack.
attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Attack.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your battle axe hacks the bandit thug. The bandit thug is resistant to that attack. The bandit thug swings his weapon at you. You take 10 damage.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your flames sear the bandit thug. You stare at the sizzling remains lying lifeless before you, satisfied.
Loot him.
You have triumphed.
Kill him.
You have 70
Teabag
health.
him.
You loot the bandit thug's remains. Find a steel greatsword and
Ew.
cast aside your old weapon.
Oh, I had a
There are two
legendary
ways
weapon.
forward, a barren hill and a magnificent glade. Which do you choose?
Barren Glade.
You move deeper into the forest. The forest is vast and flourishing. Unfortunately, its hungry beasts are likely thriving as well. You hear clicking. A large mud crab scuttles out from a puddle. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Attack. Weapon.
Your great sword viciously cleaves the large mud crab. The large
Killing it?
mud crab's dead shell clatters. If only you had time to make some steamed mud crab legs. You survived the battle. Your health is at 70. There are 3 paths forward, a craggy hill, a vine-covered bridge, and a magnificent glade. Which do you choose?
Creaky Bridge.
You move deeper into the forest. The smell of rotting leaves fills the air. You hear a blood-curdling howl. Suddenly, a fully grown ice wolf leaps out at you. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Cast spell.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Fireball.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Spell.
The ice
Oh!
wolf lunges at you
I
and
wanted the
bites.
fireball hug.
You take 6 damage. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your flames sear the ice wolf.
There we go.
You stare at the smoking remains of your enemy,
Yes.
impressed. Winterhold College really paid off.
Yes,
You have
thank you.
triumphed. You have 64 health. There are 2 ways forward, a shady grove and a magnificent glade. Which do you choose?
The shady one.
There are 2 ways forward, a shady grove and a magnificent glade. Which do you choose?
Shady Grove.
You move deeper into the forest. You crouch behind a fallen tree and survey the scene. You step into a pile of webs. Uh-oh, you're stuck. And a small frostbite spider starts crawling towards you. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Shout.
Futhro Da. Your unrelenting force throws the small frostbite spider back, staggering it. Your attack was not very effective.
But I
The
started
small
it.
frostbite spider bites you. You take 7 damage.
What?
What
I
would you
started
like to
it.
do?
Weapon.
Your great sword brutally slashes the small frostbite spider. The small frostbite spider's carapace thumps to the ground and bits of leg fill the air. You have triumphed. You have 57 health. There are 3 paths forward, a moss-covered bridge, a blossoming grove, and a vine-covered bridge. Which do you choose?
Vine-covered bridge.
You move deeper into the forest. A shallow brook divides an open clearing. You'll be easily visible to your enemies here. There's trouble ahead. You wish you brought a companion. You accidentally step on a flower. A furious spriggan roars and charges madly towards you. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee.
Step on
What
a
would you
flower.
like to do?
Spell.
Your conjured familiar leaps at the spriggan. The spriggan attacks, but misses. What would you like to do?
Cast spell.
Your raised zombie bites the spriggan. Your magicka swells with arcane power. Your magic skill has increased to level 7.
Okay.
The spriggan attacks you wildly. You take 10 damage.
Oh.
What would you like to do?
Heal.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your great sword slashes the spriggan. The spriggan is resistant to that attack. The spriggan attacks you wildly. You take 10 damage. What would you like to do?
Spell. Fire. Give me fire.
Your conjured familiar
No.
lashes at the spriggan, defeating her once and for all.
Here we go.
Good boy.
Uh,
You have triumphed. You have 37 health.
Ooh.
You have successfully retrieved the offering to the Nine Divines.
There we go.
This should fetch a nice reward. You realize the path through the forest loops back to where you started your quest.
Yes.
That would have been good to know earlier.
Yes. Thank you. I leveled up. What
The
did I
city
level up?
guard looks at the offering to the Nine Divines.
Oh!
She thanks you and rewards you with a notched pickaxe. You'll need to hone your craft at mining to make good use of this. You head out on the road. You stop by a tavern but ignore everyone trying to give you quests and move on. Soon, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a bustling tavern, in the other is a fortified town. Where would you like to go?
Fortified town.
Once at the fortified town, an Argonian priest greets you. He tells you of the terrible evil lurking in a nearby ruined fort that has been terrorizing the fortified town. Will you lend your spell and steal to his cause?
No.
You head out on the road. After running in the wrong direction for a time, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a fortified town, in the other is an abandoned tower. Where would you like to go?
Abandoned tower.
You meet a dark elf beggar at the abandoned tower. She's lost an item of great sentimental value, a statue of Talos. She begs you to retrieve it for her. Will you lend your aid to this desperate beggar?
Yes. Bless Talos.
You follow the quest marker to your destination. The fort looks like it was once occupied by bandits. Judging from the bottles lying around, they were drunken bandits. Will you venture in?
Yes.
The walls still serve their purpose, even after years of neglect. You feel an otherworldly heat. An apprentice fire mage stands before you. He seems unsure of his skills.
Neglect.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Was that a Fallout reference?
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Flee.
The mighty Dovahkiin turns tail and runs, but the apprentice fire mage attacks before you can make your escape. You receive 10 damage. What would you like to do?
Flee.
You successfully turn tail and run away with your dignity intact. Mostly intact. There are 2 ways forward, a hidden staircase and a decoratively carved door. Which do you choose?
A hidden staircase.
You enter a dusty corridor lined with cages.
Ooh.
None of the prisoners made it out alive.
Uh-oh.
Someone is rummaging through a container. It's a forsworn forager. She wants a fight. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your frostbite chose the forsworn forager. The forsworn forager draws for bowing fires. You take 8 damage. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your great sword decapitates the forsworn forager. The forsworn forager looks up at you and promises that 3 more will rise in his place, right before you decapitate her. You have triumphed. You have 82 health. There are 3 paths forward, a winding hallway, a musty passageway, and a heavy wooden door. Which do you choose?
Heavy door. I'm doing 3 tasks at the same time, guys. This is multitasking at its finest.
Suddenly leaps up, its hands charged with magicka. It's a skeleton warlock. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Weapon. Just casually
Your great
watching
sword
while
viciously cleaves the
walking in a
skeleton
lightning
warlock.
storm.
The skeleton warlock shatters into bits of bone. You are victorious. Your
I am
health is at
victorious!
82. There are 2 ways forward.
I am victorious!
A foul-smelling hallway and a simple wooden gate. Which do you choose?
Hallway.
You move deeper into the fort. A rusty chandelier dangles from the ceiling. Someone is rummaging through a container. It's a forsworn forager. She wants a fight. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Use weapon.
Your great sword slashes the forsworn forager. The forsworn forager draws for bowing fires. You take 8 damage. What would you like to do?
Choke her out.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Easter egg.
You can attack with weapon,
There has
cast
to be a
spell,
secret.
use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Todd Howard.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Bless Talos.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Stop! You have violated the law. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence.
Sorry, I'm having trouble accessing your Skyrim very special edition skill right now.
I beat the game. I'll take a little break on that. I've been playing that for almost 30 minutes. Literally playing 2 Bethesda games at once. Good lord, that was multitasking. If that's not multitasking, I don't know what is. I was literally... You are playing two games at the same time! And I was also doing chat, so... Extreme multitasking. God Howard. Yeah, God Howard. Oh, okay, maybe I should just say, whenever it's like, you must pick from weapon, spell, or voice, or flee. I should go, it just works. You know what Todd Howard always says? What is one thing that they always say? And I think that there was a Fallout reference. Because they said, you search from a world of neglect. And I'm like, world of neglect? It's like, when you think of Skyrim, you don't think neglect. You think, it's luscious, it's beautiful, it's green, but there's war and whatever. Oh, look, it's nighttime. I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to say... I want to look up if there's any secrets in the game. I have no ambitions, no worldly acclaims. You're just a want to love. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna look up Skyrim. Alright. Very special edition. Secrets. Oh my god, yes, secrets. There we go. Let's see if there's any secrets that you can do with the game. Like, there has to be Easter eggs. Because why would Bethesda waste their time to develop a quest and a storyline with that stupid robot? There has to be secrets. I don't see anything. I see people recording like their reactions and actually trying if it works. I tried if it worked. When I saw that thing, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm like, why does it work? But you know, I'm glad that's a thing. Because, you know, that's super cool. That's super cool that they can dedicate a lot of that. Because it makes me feel very, very special that, you know, I have this robot. But she's still somewhat of a, I don't know, a sham. Do 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 I was expecting. Oh, yay! I can finally make it, Mama. Ooh, where the wind blows. Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head. Pull the trigger, now he's dead. Oh, Mama, my hands are blood, and then you're gonna take it all away, Mama. I love the music in Hip Hop Lab because it's so great. You must do what is necessary, no? Why am I whistling? Oh, I never realized what that song was. That's Pistol Packin' Mama. Lay that pistol down, babe. Lay that pistol down. Oh, pistol packing mama. Lay that pistol down. Oh, lay that pistol down, babe. Ching ching. Lay that pistol down. Pistol packing mama. Yeah, it's pistol packing mama. Is it? It sounds like pistol packing mama. And oh, I gotta see. Is that fucking pistol packing mama? It sounds like pistol packing mama. Pistol packing mama. Lay that pistol down. Pistol packing mama. You did a good shooting that thing. Get him with a boom boom. Get him with a pop pop. Get him with a pop pop. Get him with a get him with a. Oh, pistol packing mama. Lay that pistol down. Oh yeah. Lay that pistol down. I remember that it gives you enough quantum to run there and then run all the way back. So I can confirm if it's pistol packing mama. Lay that pistol down, babe. Oh, it is. Lay that pistol down. It's super fast though. It's like. Lay that pistol down, lay that pistol down. Yeah, it's like a really fast version of it. Do good. I will do it for that. Do, 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 do. Lay that pistol down, baby. Lay that pistol down. Pistol packing mama. Lay that pistol down. Boom. Open up that Voltec box. Let's go. Let's see. I'll start the second game. I wanted to take a little break so you guys weren't getting annoyed that I was playing 2 games at once because it seemed like. But I was still reading your chat, guys. I was still reading your chat. Now, who is more intelligent out of you two? Ooh. Anybody with any high intelligence, please? Oh, you got high intelligence. Oh. Ooh, I kind of want you to be my. There's a fire in the vault!
Run away and never come back!
Hey, look at that, producing 9% more of every single thing. Lay that pistol back in my mind. Oh, fuck. You know what, I just decided. You are going to get the lab coat. You know what, no. Man, this is rough. I want to get more stim packs. But these are very important too. You know, fine. Lay that pistol down, babe. Lay that pistol down. Oh my god, it takes 19 hours to get there, buoys. 3 hours to get there, 6 hours, 2 hours, 5 hours, 30 minutes. Ooh. Oh, good lord. Oh, lord. Restaurante. So how's everybody? Alright, so now we're in the stalemate area. So now okay. Wait, hold on, let's see. Shit. Oh, Project Purity! Are there gonna be references to, like, most of the games? Because that's gonna be pretty cool. Pistol back in my mouth, lay that pistol down. There's a lot of references with the trophies. Tenpenny. Alisa, Tenpenny. What? That is so cool. I kind of wanted to see what he would look like. This game looks so much better on console, to be honest. The game looks really good. Here we go. Let's upgrade that motor, baby. Life just couldn't get any better. These two are brothers. And you know what's really weird? You see this pregnant chick all the way down here? That's one of their moms. And I just realized that. The guy, this guy right here, and some chick over here. So these guys are like half brothers. So, oh god, that wouldn't make, well, they wouldn't be related, but still, that's weird. And I just now realized that. The experiment in my vault is accidental, oof, yeah. Blamco, cram, instant mash, and humans actually enjoy this garbage. I want to rename you. No, no, no. I want to rename you. How do you rename? Please, God. Room act. Okay, that's not it. Clipboard, settings, zoom in, happiness. Build Clipboard, whatever, blah 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 blah. Oh, God, come on. How do you? I don't. Okay. Is there a way to change people's names? Because I kind of want to change the. Oh God. The Mr. Handy's name, because I don't like to call them Mr. Handy's. I like to call them other things, like Codsworth, Godsworth, or Hell America. This is America. Look what I'm whipping up. Look what I'm whipping up. Hell. Alright, time to play 2 games at once. Because right now we're at a stalemate. This is America. Oh, this is America. Don't get you so bad now. Don't get. Oh, why are you sad? Why is you sad? Why, child? Why is you upset? Why are you sad, child? I bet there are mutant hamsters outside in the wasteland. You are very correct. We got Alistair Tenpenny doing what he's doing best. Leveling up? Hey, yeah, whipping it up. Ooh, yeah, leveling up. Ooh, yeah. Whipping it up. Yo, what's good? I only want to die a little bit. I kind of want to get the, I had the Mysterious Stranger, and it was so good. Because on the phone, it goes like, it sounds like shit. But on the console, it's like, ding, ding. It sounds like the Fallout 4 one. The, I cannot recreate it. I am very sorry. When Terminal 7 kicks in. Gamma. Yes, music, sound, all the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up! Yeah, I don't know why the chicks always look like that whenever they're pregnant. Oh wait. Got this stuck in my...
Baby, 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 yeah.
Baby, yeah.
Baby.
House on fire. Sometimes I never understand what they say. For Raider attacks, we can count on you in a fight, yes. We're all talking about the pregnant chick. Preston Garvey. Did you guys find that a little bit funny too? And I wasn't gonna bring it up, but did you guys finish the rest of the? Did you guys see the rest of the Fallout 76, where the PvP and all that, where it's like your neighbor will be asking for a cup of sugar, but maybe this time he's asking for murder, and then it cuts to the scene where you pull out the MG40 and you pop on that guy. Now, why I said that was funny, look at the guy who he kills. Look at his name. It's P. Garvey. Oh, there it is. Boom, ding, ding. Listen. Magnificent. But no, I love it. I love it. I love it. And once I do the Nuka World quest, all of a sudden you hear, and then, you know, all Cappy and whatever, they'll give me 1,000 coins. They'll be like, and then you're like, oh, please just get out the vault. It's like you're opening up the vault door, you're letting it, cancer, get out. But no, like I was saying, the guy that gets flintlocked pistoled in the forehead. But here's the thing. Did you guys also see in that trailer, the guy shot off his arm? Look at it. So, is there going to be like combat like there is with ghouls, where if you shoot an arm, it goes straight, like it goes clean off? So I was correct. Okay, so I wasn't talking about this on stream. So I made a theory outside of a stream, and I said there'll probably be about 20 to 30 people, and I'm gonna say that I'm correct, because I think that's exactly what's going to go down. Bethesda said there will not be 100 people, but if every single human is a human in this game, do you see an issue with that? Now, you might think, hey, that's a really cool idea. I think that's a cool idea. So that means any of the shopkeepers that you see, those will be human. So now you cut a fundamental thing in the game. You just cut out the NPC, or like the computer aspect. So let's say some guy builds a camp, CAMP, whatever they call it, the camp portable whatever. I don't know what the CAMP stands for, but the camp thing. You throw it down and you can set up shops. And I'm pretty sure you can't just set up a shop whenever. You have to, I don't know, I feel like it's going to be like Fallout 4's, where you have to get a perk. So there might be perks in the new Fallout game. It only makes sense, because if you guys also saw, it showed that everybody on the account, or on everybody's account, was level 50. So these guys have probably all the perks, and that's, so I'm just trying to say. But that's all I'm thinking. It can be completely different. But what I'm seeing out of it is people, I'm probably sad to say, but there will be kill squads. There will be kill squads. There will be well, here's the cool thing. Why I said it's going to be sad to hear there will be kill squads. So basically, or there could be oh god, what are those called? A Zod or a Zod? I don't know. It's basically where like you get like basically half or almost all the server. A Zerg. That's it, Zerg. A Zerg raid where you get everyone. It shouldn't be like that. I feel like there should be some capitalistic things. Like, let's say you should be able to hold and hoard. So, in the trailer, it also did say you should worry about your place also being blown up by a nuke, right? That's a really cool idea. But you could make alliances. So I'm pretty sure that these camps, right? Now, when Todd, when he said that you can play solo, or you can play with 4 players, I think, well, if you guys also saw in the trailer, the campsite, like the building area, it's pretty small. But I'm pretty sure when you're playing with 4 players, you can build, you can make your building area bigger. So you can make bigger bases, and you can basically store a lot more. Hopefully that's like that. People join and fucking leave. Okay, cool, bro. Alright, Alexa, volume 6. Alexa, play Skyrim Very Special Edition.
I can't find the album Skyrim Very Special Edition.
Alexa, play Skyrim the game. Oh no, that's all I had to say.
I can't find the song Sky in the game.
Alexa, play the game Skyrim Very Special Edition.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Alexa, play the game Skyrim.
Welcome back to Skyrim Adventurer. You scroll through your journal menu for a refresher on your quest. You agreed to help a dark elf beggar by retrieving her statue of Talos from an abandoned fort. You were locked in a thrilling battle with a forsworn foreigner. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your raised zombie hits the forsworn forager. She breathes her last. Necromancy
Yay!
is always so rewarding.
I know.
You have triumph. You have 74 health. There are 3 paths forward, a metal banded door, a simple wooden gate, and a portcullis gate. Which do you choose?
A Portcullis gate.
You move deeper into the
There we go.
fort. You come
Can you
to
guys
a
hear
long
her?
banquet hall.
Can you guys hear her? I'm playing Skyrim off of her.
Your quest is nearly finished. You check your weapon one last time as you prepare for the final battle. A Draugr overlord, clad in ebony armor, awakens from its slumber. It looks strong. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your greatsword strikes the Draugr
Shing.
overlord. Your foe is resistant to this type of attack.
Oh no!
Your skill with arms has increased to level 10. The Draugr overlord strikes you with its ancient sword. You take 6 damage. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your frostbite chills the Draugr overlord. The Draugr overlord strikes you with its ancient sword. You take 6 damage. What would you like to do?
Shout!
Sleep breaks off.
Boost.
Your force smashes into your foe. The Draugr overlord strikes you with its ancient sword. You take 6 damage. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your greatsword strikes the Draugr overlord. Your foe has some resistance to that attack. The Draugr overlord strikes you with its ancient sword. You take 6 damage. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your greatsword decapitates the Draugr overlord. The Draugr overlord collapses to the ground, at long last giving true eternal rest. You have triumphed. You have 50 health. Loot the Draugr overlord's remains. Find a fine steel mace, and cast aside your old weapon. You pick up the statue of Talos, determined to return it to its rightful owner.
Bless
You
Talos.
pull a lever and a path opens to the fort's entrance. How convenient. The dark elf beggar thanks you for retrieving her statue of Talos. How could she live with it? As a reward, she gives you a pair of steel knee pads. These could really extend your adventuring career. You head out on the road. You walk from Ripton to White Run instead of fast traveling, then continue onwards for a time. Soon, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is an isolated shack, in the other is a bustling tavern. Where would you like to go?
Tavern.
At the bustling tavern, a Bretonhouse Carl greets you. She desperately needs you to retrieve a sack of damning evidence from a haunted cave. Will you help the Bretonhouse Carl?
Yes.
You follow the quest marker to your destination. As you enter the cave,
Oh, wait.
you hear quick footsteps. There's no one around. It must have been the wind, right? Do you charge into danger?
Must have been the wind. Yes.
Man-sized cocoons hang from the ceiling.
Ah.
Your hair stands on end. An apprentice storm mage stands before you. He seems unsure of his skills. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Say again?
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Use weapon.
Your mace thoroughly pounds the apprentice storm mage. The apprentice storm mage dies.
I'm double tasking, boy.
Hold a little harder. You have triumphed. You have 100 health. There are two ways forward: a foggy deadwood path and a crumbling mine shaft. Which do you choose?
Foggy, whatever.
There are two ways forward: a foggy deadwood path and a crumbling mine shaft.
Oh.
Which do you choose?
Mine shaft. I picked mine shaft now. Give me the mine shaft.
You move deeper
Thank
into
you.
the cave. Moss lines the walls of this
Thank
cavernous chamber. You hear the terrifying sound of
Can you guys hear this?
A large frostbite spider leers at you, all eight eyes squinting and musing. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Shout.
Who's broke off?
Who's will die? You must die.
A large frostbite spider attacks. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your conjured familiar leaps at the large frostbite spider. The large frostbite spider bites you. You take 8 damage. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your mace utterly crushes the large frostbite spider.
Yes!
The large frostbite spider's carapace bumps to the ground and bits of lead fill the air.
Yes.
You have triumphed. You have 92 health.
Alright.
There are two ways forward: a damp tunnel and a bone-laden path. Which do you choose?
Tunnel? Question mark?
You move deeper into the cave.
Okay, good.
A dead deer carcass is rotting in the center of the chamber. Something big has been here recently. A deranged Khajiit looks at you with wild eyes, like a kitten staring at a ball of yarn. Which makes sense, you suppose. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Use Smooka.
Futhro Da. Your unrelenting force tosses the deranged Khajiit into the air. He crashes to the ground.
I said Smooka.
Your
Jesus
food grows
Christ.
heavy. Your shout skill has increased to
I was
level
just trying to get
7.
high with the
The deranged
Khajiit.
Khajiit claws
I
at
didn't mean to kill him.
What would you like to do?
Smooka.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
I guess just finish him off. We use the weapon.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell,
Oh, God.
use shout, or flee. What would
Weapon.
you like to do?
Weapon. Weapon.
Your mace thoroughly
Hate
pounds
this so
the
much fun.
deranged
It's much-
Khajiit. He
Don't
dies
think
with
so.
a sad meow.
Oh my
You are
God.
victorious. Your health is at 92. There are two ways forward: a bone-laden path and an abandoned mine shaft. Which do you choose?
Mine shaft.
You move deeper into the cave. A lattice of tree roots covers the floor. You ready your thumb for the final battle. A Draugr overlord, clad in ebony armor, awakens from its slumber. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Spell. It's
Your flames
alright.
sear the
It's
Draugr
just not the
overlord.
best. Oh,
Your magicka swells with arcane power. Your magic sword has increased to level 8. The Draugr Overlord attacks, but you parry the blow.
Alright.
What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your mace bashes the Draugr Overlord. Your foe is
Yes.
resistant to this type of attack. The Draugr Overlord strikes you with its ancient sword. You take 6 damage. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your flames burn the Draugr Overlord. The Draugr Overlord strikes you with its ancient sword. You take 6 damage. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your mace bashes the Draugr Overlord. The Draugr Overlord is resistant to that attack. The Draugr Overlord attacks, but you parry the blow. What would you like to do?
Dab on all haters.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your mace thoroughly pounds the Draugr Overlord. The Draugr Overlord collapses to the ground, at long last given true eternal rest. You are victorious. Your health is at 80. You have successfully retrieved the sack of damning evidence. You should fetch a nice reward. You hop down a ledge and find yourself at the cave's entrance. Neat.
Neat.
The housecarl looks at the sack of damning evidence, relieved. She thanks you and rewards you with a large leather sack. Embroidered on the bag are the words, "I am sworn to carry your burdens." You head out on the road. After stopping to create a useless potion from jazzbait grapes and a chicken egg, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is an isolated shack, in the other is a fishing camp. Where would
What
you
makes
like to go?
so? I don't know.
In one direction is an isolated shack, in the other is a fishing camp. Where would you like to go?
Fishing camp.
At the fishing camp, an Imperial Thieves Guild fence greets you. She desperately attempts you to retrieve a golden chalice from a dense forest. Will you help the Imperial Thieves Guild fence?
Yes.
You follow the quest marker to your destination. The trees look ominous. At least it's not as scary as Witchmist Grove. Do you wish to proceed?
Richmond. Yes.
Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
There's hanging moss all around, but you decide not to
Richmond's
gather it.
Grove is
An
so
unnatural
spooky.
coldness creeps over you. An apprentice ice mage stands before you. He seems unsure of his skills.
Okay.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your flames sear the apprentice
Yes.
ice mage.
Yes.
Your attack was not very effective.
What?
The apprentice ice mage
He's an
releases
ice
streaks of
mage.
frost
I
from his hands.
just.
You take 10 damage. What would you like
What?
to do?
Shout.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Vus Rada.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Shout.
Futhro Da. Your unrelenting force throws the apprentice ice mage back, staggering him.
There we
The
go.
apprentice ice mage never gets back up. That's
Oh.
what you get for messing with the Dovahkiin.
Yeah.
Survive the battle. Your health is at 90. There are 3 paths forward, a barren hill, a suspiciously quiet glade, and an ancestral grove. Which do you choose?
Ancestor Grove.
There are 3 paths forward, a barren hill, a
Yep.
suspiciously quiet glade, and an ancestral grove. Which do you choose?
The Grove.
There are 3 paths forward, a barren hill, a suspiciously quiet glade, and an ancestral grove. Which do you choose?
Ancestral Grove. I just had a
You move
stroke.
deeper into the forest. The beauty of the forest is offset by the recently
I just had a
named corpse
terrible
of a
savage
traveler.
stroke.
You resolve not to share his fate. An adoring fan has been stalking you for weeks. He's harmless but so annoying. He really needs to die. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Sign autograph.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
You shout.
Futhrow Dock. Your mighty shout slams the adoring fan into the dirt. The adoring fan struggles to get up, briefly, then expires.
Oh!
Riddance. You have triumphed. You have 90 health.
I just
There are
killed.
2 ways forward. A massive fallen tree bridge and a stream-filled glade. Which do you choose?
Fallen tree.
There are 2 ways forward. A massive fallen tree bridge and a stream-filled glade. Which do you choose?
Fallen tree branch.
There are 2 ways forward. A massive fallen tree bridge and a stream-filled glade. Which do you choose?
Massive fallen tree branch.
You move deeper into the forest.
There we go.
The canopy of trees sway in the wind, like Nords after too
Just
much
kill him.
wind.
Why?
Your hair
There was
stands
no
on end.
option. I was trying to.
Apprentice Storm Mage stands before you. He seems unsure of his skills. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
It's a weapon.
Your
What?
mace utterly crushes the Apprentice Storm Mage.
Oh my
The
god.
Apprentice Storm Mage dies.
Oh my
You
god.
probably should have studied in Winterhold a little.
I'm
harder.
one-hitting
You
people.
have triumphed. You have 90 health.
I want to go up against the
Your
dragon.
skill with arms has increased to level 11. You loot the Apprentice Storm Mage's remains, find a fine steel greatsword, and cast aside your old weapon. There are 2 ways forward, a grassy footpath and a well-kept trail. Which do you choose?
The trail.
You move deeper into the forest. You look up at the forest canopy. The colors of Skyrim's leaves are dazzling, especially
Ooh.
this far south. Suddenly, a chill runs up your spine. There's great danger ahead. You hear a loud roar, then flapping wings. It's a dragon. Now this is an epic battle. Dova versus Dovahkiin. You can
Yes!
attack with weapon, cast spell,
Finally!
shout, or flee.
This is my first
What would
dragon
you like
fight.
to do?
Say again?
You can attack with
This is
weapon,
my first dragon
cast
fight,
spell,
guys.
Use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your flames burn the dragon. Your foe is resistant to this type of attack.
Oh yeah.
The dragon blasts you with its flaming breath. You take 16 damage.
Oh my
What would you like
God.
to do?
Weapon.
Your great sword cleaves the dragon. The dragon attempts to roast you, but you leap out of the way. What would you
Yes.
like to do?
Yo, it's good, AJ. Weapon.
Your great sword strikes the dragon. The
I'm just
dragon
checking
blasts
in.
you with its flaming breath. You take 16 damage.
Oh my god.
What would you like to do?
That's so much damage. Weapon.
Your great sword carves the dragon. The dragon blasts you with its flaming
I just gotta
breath.
keep stabbing
You take
it.
16 damage. What would you like to do?
Shout?
Futhrow Dock. Unrelenting force smashes into your foe. The dragon blasts you with its flaming breath. You take 16 damage. What would you like
Alright,
to
we're
do?
not doing that anymore. Weapon.
Your great sword cleaves the dragon. The dragon blasts you with its flaming breath. You take 16 damage. What would you like to do?
How much health do I have?
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
What's my health?
Your health is 10. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your great sword viciously cleaves the dragon.
Please.
The dragon crashes to the ground, following a path with its dead body. You survived the battle. Your health is at 10. You have successfully retrieved the golden chalice. This should fetch a nice reward. You realize the path through the forest loops back to where
Oh
you
my
started
god,
your
that was
quest.
my first
That would have
dragon.
been good to know earlier.
That was a good
The
fight.
Thieves Guild fence looks
Oh,
like the
I'm
golden
playing the
chalice.
Skyrim
Please.
game on my
She
robot.
thanks you and rewards you with a ring of invisibility. You
Okay.
slip it on your finger and the ring turns invisible. Not you. Novice enchanters. Sheesh. After heading out on the road, you stop to transmute iron into gold several
Careful.
times, then blacksmith it into rings. Enchant said rings with fortify sneak and sell them around town. You venture out again and arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a quaint farm, in the other is a fortified town. Where would you like to go?
fortified town?
Once at the fortified town, a dark elf scholar greets you. He tells you of the terrible evil lurking in a nearby forest
There's
that has
several
been
evil lads
terrorizing the
lurking at the
fortified
table.
town. Will you lend your spell and steal to his cause?
No.
Dovahkiin, Dovahkiin, Naloxin Lusfarine, Wadan, Vogel, Mafei Rockustball. Sorry I got carried away there.
She started singing the theme.
Where were we? Oh yes, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a spooky lighthouse, in the other is a fishing camp. Where would you like to go?
Spooky! Spoopy!
In one direction is a spooky lighthouse, in the other is a fishing
Wait.
camp. Where would you like to go?
Spoopy Lighthouse.
You meet a dark elf shopkeeper at the spooky lighthouse. He's lost an item of great sentimental value, a family tree tapestry. He begs you to retrieve it for him.
A tree
Will you lend
painting.
your aid to this desperate shopkeeper?
Yes. While
You
you're at
follow
it,
the
steal
quest
the sweet
marker to your
rolls too.
destination.
Use
You
the
pass
basket
through an old
glitch.
wooden door. Cobweb rubble covers the ground before you. Do you charge into danger?
Yes, Danger's my middle name.
Do you charge into danger?
Yes.
A large brazier fills the room with firelight. A bandit outlaw is sipping meat at a table. He attacks in a drunken rage. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your frostbite chills the bandit outlaw. The bandit outlaw jabs his dagger into your armor. You take 8 damage. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your sparks zap the bandit outlaw. He won't be getting back up.
Oh!
You survived the battle.
Oh
Your
yeah.
health is at 92. There are 2 ways forward, a winding hallway and a sagging wooden archway. Which do you choose?
Winding archway.
You move deeper into the fort. A large brazier fills the room with firelight. You smell vermin. A disease-ridden schemer appears. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your great sword decapitates the skeever.
Yes!
The skeever whimpers and dies. You survive the battle. Your health is at 92. There are 3 paths forward, a well-worn passageway, a suspiciously ordinary door, and a foul-smelling hallway. Which do you choose?
Suspiciously ordinary door.
You move deeper into the fort. You
Okay.
pass through a cobweb as you enter the room. You feel anotherworldly heat. An apprentice fire mage stands before you. He seems unsure of his skills. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your great sword decapitates the apprentice fire mage. The apprentice fire mage dies. He probably should have studied in Winterhold a little harder.
True.
You have triumphed. You have 92 health. There are 2 paths before you, a hidden staircase and a metal-banded door. Which do you choose?
Metal door.
You move deeper into the fort. A skeever roasts on a spit in the hearth, unattended. Your quest is nearly finished. You check your weapon one last time as you prepare for the final battle. The room brightens up with an otherworldly light.
Oh.
A flame atronach twists in the air, blocking your path. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your great sword slashes the flame atronach. Flame
Acronaut.
atronach hurls a ball of fire at you. You take 16 damage. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your conjured familiar gnashes at the flame atronach, defeating it once and for all.
Oh my God.
Good boy. You
Good
have
boy.
triumphed. You have 76 health. You pick up the family tree tapestry, determined to return it to its rightful owner. You pull a lever and a path opens to the fort's entrance. How convenient. The dark elf shopkeeper thanks you for retrieving his family tree tapestry. How could he live with it? As a reward, he gives you a statue of Debella. Wait a second, this is stolen. After heading out on the road, you pause to convert many pieces of leather into leather strips. Satisfied with your work, you return to your path and arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a small hamlet, in the other is a dusty old wood mill. Where would you like to go?
Wood mill.
Once at the dusty old wood mill, a wood elf farmer greets you. She looks quite sad.
How's everybody?
She
Everybody doing
tells you
good?
the cobbler was killed by a mysterious evil in an
I'm better at
abandoned
this.
fort.
You and
Will
I
you avenge
have
her cobbler?
took 2 hits. No.
You head out on the road. After running in the wrong direction for a time,
Neat.
you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a foggy dock, in the other is a quaint farm. Where would you like to go?
Coin farm.
At the quaint farm, a dark elf priest greets you. She desperately needs you to retrieve a perfectly tuned lute from a misty mountain. Will you help the dark elf priest?
Yes.
You follow the quest marker to your destination. A glistening aurora fills the sky with brilliant color. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
You arrived at Crumbling Tower, nearly collapsing under its own ancient weight. An unnatural coldness creeps over you. An apprentice ice mage stands before you. He seems unsure of his skills. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your flames burn the apprentice ice mage. Your foe is resistant to this type of attack. Your magicka swells with arcane power. Your magic skill has increased to level 9. The apprentice ice mage releases streams of frost from his hands. You take 10 damage. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your flames sear the apprentice ice mage. He is nothing more than dust.
Yes.
You are victorious. Your health is at 90. There are 3 paths forward, a large boulder scramble, a windy ridge, and a steep scramble. Which do you choose?
A steep scrambled egg.
You venture further up the mountain. As you ascend the mountain's path, a snow fox darts from view. A deranged Khajiit looks at you with wild eyes, like a kitten staring at a ball of yarn. Which makes sense, you suppose. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Kiss Frodo.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
What are my items?
Futhro Dock. Your mighty shout slams the deranged Khajiit into the dirt. The deranged Khajiit scratches at your face. You take 8 damage. What would you like to do?
I said what are my items?
Futhro Dock. Your unrelenting force throws the deranged Khajiit back, staggering him. The deranged Khajiit croaks one last breath, defeated. Your shout echoes
my
all the way
items?
to Stonehenge. You have triumphed. You have 82
He's just walking around like, what are my items?
A winding, icy ridge, a narrow stone trail, and a perilous footpath. Which do you choose?
2 bears high-fiving.
There are 3 paths forward, a winding, icy ridge, a narrow stone trail, and a perilous footpath. Which do you choose?
All winding.
There are 3 paths forward, a winding, icy ridge, a narrow stone trail, and a perilous footpath. Which do you choose?
All whining.
There are 3 paths forward, a winding, icy ridge, a narrow stone trail, and a perilous footpath. Which do you choose?
Ice trail.
You venture further up the mountain. You peer down over the icy precipice and wonder why you ever came to these frozen lands in the first place.
Yeah, why
One
am I
more
here?
fight. May the 9 watch over you. A creature rises before you, howling, both beast and man. It's a werewolf, and it looks hungry. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your flames sear the werewolf. The werewolf attacks, but misses. What would you like to do?
Make love with werewolf.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Kiss werewolf.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your great sword strikes the werewolf.
Yes.
Your
Yes.
skill with arms has increased to level 12. The werewolf leaps towards you. You take 9 damage. What would you like to do?
Shout.
Foosroad Dock. Your mighty shout slams the werewolf into the dirt. The werewolf croaks one last breath, defeated. Your shout echoes all the way to Sovngarde. You have triumphed. You have 73 health. Your shout skill has increased to level 8. You now command unrelenting force. You ignore the useless junk in the werewolf's inventory and find a flawless steel sword. Ooh, shiny. You have successfully
said the same
retrieved
thing.
the perfectly tuned loot. This should fetch a nice reward. You made it all the way around the mountain back to where you began. Funny how walking in a circle will do that.
And a star, Timpity.
The priest looks at the perfectly tuned loot, relieved. She thanks you and rewards you with a copy of the lusty Argonian Maid. You'll save this for later. You head out on the road.
Oh no!
Line for killing an innocent
You guys know what that is?
which
Lusty
by the way was a total
Argonian Maid.
accident.
Oh,
You arrive at
no.
crossroads. In one direction is a quaint farm, in the other is a foggy dock. Where would you like to go?
The dock. I love
At the
this
foggy dock,
game. I
Tasha
love
waits
this
for you.
game.
She desperately
Screw
needs you to
Fallout
retrieve a
Shelter.
lock of scant hair from an abandoned fort.
Lusty
Help the
Argonian
Tasha
Fallout references? Yes.
You follow the quest marker to your destination. A few guards patrol the walls. Conveniently, their walking patterns appear to be predictable. You
Yes.
sneak past easily. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
You feel the cold dampness of the room sinking into your bones. You hear the terrifying sound of gnashing mandibles. A large frostbite spider leers at you, all the eyes squinting in unison. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or fleet. What would you like to do?
Shout.
Foosroad Dock. Unrelenting force smashes into your foe. Your foe is resistant to this type of attack. The large frostbite spider bites you.
Ow.
You take 8 damage.
It's a
What would
spider.
you like to do?
Weapon.
Your sword slashes the large frostbite
Kill it.
spider.
Kill it.
The large frostbite spider attacks, but misses. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your sword digs into the large frostbite
Yes.
spider.
Kill it.
The large frostbite spider's carapace thumps to the ground and bits of leg fill the air. You survived the battle. Your health is at 92. There are 3 paths forward, an unlocked gate, a sagging wooden archway, and a stone staircase.
She gave me.
Which do you choose?
That's all I'm gonna say. Gate.
You move deeper into the fort. A large weapon rack rests against the stone wall. A disgraced city guard
After we
stumbles
did
toward
it,
you,
I kind of got
drunk on
touchy,
weed and
and
looking
then
for a
one thing led
fight.
to another.
No wonder he got fired.
But-
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your frostbite chills the disgraced city guard. The disgraced city guard swings at you, but misses. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your flames sear the disgraced city guard. Your flames devour your foe. Yum, smells like pork or stew. You have triumphed. You have 92 health. There are 3 paths forward, a foul-smelling hallway, a musty passageway, and a sagging wooden archway. Which do you choose?
Saggy archway.
You move deeper into the fort. You enter a dusty corridor lined with cages. None of the
I don't
prisoners
remember
made it out
before.
alive. A great danger lies ahead. You pray to the divines but hear nothing in
Praise
response.
tell us.
A brutish Dremora churl awaits you.
I don't
He laughs
remember much.
maniacally. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What
Spell.
would you like to do?
Spell. I need to
Your
level up my
flames burn the
spells.
Dremora churl.
I need to level up
Your
my
foe is
spells.
resistant to this type of attack.
Well,
The Dremora churl attacks, but misses. What would you like to do?
weapon.
Your sword slashes the Dremora churl. The Dremora churl blasts a stream of fire towards you. You take 9 damage. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your sword impales the Dremora
Oh, God.
churl. The Dragonlord
really
trail
even
dies
remember
with a
much
curse on its
before.
lips,
We
unable
were just
to
hanging
escape
out,
through Daybreak portal that
and then
summoned.
she got
You
it.
survived
We
the
were
battle.
going to get food.
Your health is at 83.
And that all of
You
a
have
sudden happened.
successfully retrieved the lock of scamp hair. This should fetch a nice reward. You pull a lever and a path opens
How
to the fort's
weak
entrance.
were you?
How convenient.
Pretty
The
good.
mage looks at the lock of scamp hair, relieved. She thanks you and rewards you with a counterfeit healing potion.
Yes.
Inside the bottle, you find only tomato sauce.
Yes!
You head out on the road.
Thank you.
After stopping to converse with some old bearded men on top of a mountain, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is an isolated shack, in the other is a small hamlet. Where would you like to go?
Small hamlet.
Once at the small hamlet, an orphan keeper greets you. She looks quite sad. She tells you her brother was killed by a mysterious evil in a misty mountain. Will you avenge her brother?
No!
You head out on the road, and after scaling a mountain instead of simply going around,
Yes.
you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a foggy dock, in the other is an abandoned tower. Where would you like to go?
The foggy dock. Foggy dock.
You meet a wood elf adventurer at the foggy dock. She's lost an
Foggy
item of
dog.
great sentimental value, a family tree tapestry. She begs you to retrieve it for her. Will you lend your aid to this desperate adventurer?
No.
You head out on the road. While digging through your inventory, you begin to wonder if you have a hoarding problem. Instead of dealing with it, you march on and soon, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a fortified town, in the other is a spooky lighthouse. Where would you like to go?
3. Shotgunning.
In one direction is a fortified town, in the other is a spooky lighthouse. Where would you like to go?
The town.
Once at the fortified town, a red-garbed candlemaker greets you. He looks quite sad. He
Aw.
tells you his childhood friend was killed by a mysterious evil in a misty mountain.
I'll help him.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I'll help him.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I'll help him.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I'll help him.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I'll help him.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I'll help him.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I'll help him.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I'll help him.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I'll help him.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I'll help him.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I will avenge his childhood friend.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I will avenge his childhood friend.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I will avenge his childhood friend.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I will avenge his childhood friend.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I will avenge his childhood friend.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I'll avenge his childhood friend.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I'll avenge his childhood friend.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I will avenge his childhood friend.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I'll avenge his childhood friend.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I'll avenge his childhood friend.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I'll avenge his childhood friend.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I'll avenge his childhood friend.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I'll avenge his friend.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
I'll avenge his childhood friend.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
Maybe.
Will you avenge his childhood friend?
Yes.
You follow the quest marker to your destination. Red and blue flowers adorn the rocky base. You would pick one, but you already have 99. Will you venture in?
Yes.
The remnants of stone steps
my
up the
God.
path. You hear a scary growl. It's a bear. Apparently you smell like a giant piece of salmon coated in honey. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your conjured familiar bites the bear. The bear slashes you with
Thank
its
you.
claws. You take 8 damage. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your flames burn the bear.
Yeah.
The bear swings its paw, but misses. What would you like to do?
Spell. Conjure.
Your frostbite stings the bear.
Oh, level up.
Your magic skill has increased to level 10.
Oh,
You
level
have
2.
learned new spells.
Oh.
The bear slashes you with its claws. You take 8 damage. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your firebolt burns the bear.
Ooh,
The bear
that's one of
slashes
the
you
ones.
with its claws. You take 8 damage. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your ice spike pierces the bear.
Ooh, that's
It is
a new one.
encased in hoarfrost, as frozen as the throat of the world. You have triumphed. You have 76 health. There are 2 paths before you, an icicle-lined bridge and an exposed ridge. Which do you choose?
Icicle bridge.
You venture further up the mountain. Trudging through ankle-deep snow, you remind yourself to enchant some frost resistance onto your boots the next time you're in town. A bandit leaps out in front of you. He won't let you leave without a fight. You can attack with weapon, cast spell.
Alright, so
use
we're on a
shout,
mountain,
or
and
flee.
this guy jumped
What
me.
would you like to do?
Shout.
Truth road dock. Your mighty boom crashes into your foe. The bandit croaks one last threat.
I blew him off the mountain.
Shout echoes all the way to Sovngarde. You are
Exactly.
victorious. Your health is at 76.
I am
There are
victorious.
2 ways forward, a frozen ice bridge and a rickety wooden rope bridge. Which do you choose?
Rickety bridge.
You venture further up the mountain. The glare of fresh snow leaves you squinting. Perhaps your gamma is turned up too high. One more fight. May the 9 watch over you. You hear a loud roar, then flapping wings. It's a dragon. Now this is an epic battle. Dova versus Dovahkiin. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your sword carves the dragon. The dragon blasts you with its flaming breath. You take 16 damage. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your sword strikes the dragon. The dragon attempts to roast you, but you leap out of the way. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your sword pierces the dragon.
Get him.
The dragon blasts you
Get
with
him.
its flaming breath. You take 16 damage. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your sword carves the dragon. The dragon attempts to roast you.
He just
but you
keeps
leap out of the
stabbing.
way. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your sword strikes the dragon. The dragon blasts you with its flaming breath. You take 16 damage. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your sword cuts deeply into the dragon. The dragon crashes to the ground,
Yes.
plowing a path with its dead body.
Thank you.
You survived the battle. Your health is at 28. Your skill with arms has increased to level 13. You loot the dragon's remains, find a flawless steel dagger, and cast aside your old weapon. You have successfully cleared the mountain pass of its dangers, making Skyrim a safer place for all. You made it all the way around the mountain back to where you began. Funny how walking in a circle will do that. The Candle Maker thanks you for bringing justice to such evil. He hands you a ring of invisibility. You
But
slip
the
it on
ring,
your
yes.
finger and the ring turns invisible. Not you. Not as enchanters. Sheesh. After heading out on the road, you meet a guard who says he used to be an adventurer like you until he threw his back out chopping wood. You suggest he come up with a more adventurous sounding story to impress the maidens. The guard thinks for a moment and nods. Soon, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a dusty old wood mill, in the other is a Vaygric shrine. Where would you like to go?
Was that? Did that just say how?
In one direction is a dusty old wood mill, in the other is a Vaygric shrine. Where would you like to go?
Wooden mill.
Your health is 100.
It just told the backstory of the guard that said, I used to be an adventurer like you, so I took an heir to the knee.
Where would you like to go?
The last one.
In one direction is a dusty old wood mill, in the other is a Vaygric shrine. Where would you like to go?
Daedric Shrine.
Once at the Vaygric shrine, a Khajiit
So
messenger
I
greets
guess
you.
that's like
She
a
tells
G
you
now?
of the Terra
I don't
Deleva
know.
lurking in a nearby ruined fort that has been terrorizing the Vaygric shrine. Will you lend your spell and steal to her cause?
No.
After heading out on the road, you come to a town. As you attempt to sell your wares, it seems every merchant you meet runs out of gold. They must not be very good businessmen.
Yes.
Cash flow management is fundamental to a successful retail establishment. Anyway, soon, you arrive at a
Yeah, but that's
crossroads.
just another.
In one direction is an abandoned tower, in the other is a quaint farm. Where would you like to go?
Coin farm?
Once at the quaint farm, an alt
Is it coin farm or quaint?
She
What
looks
is
quite
quaint?
sad. She tells you her cousin was killed by a mysterious evil in a haunted cave. Will you avenge her cousin?
No. I don't fucking care
You head
about
out
your
on the
cousin.
road, with your possessions all conveniently stuffed into one big chest. Soon, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a foggy dock, in the other is a fortified town. Where would you like to go?
Fortified town.
At the fortified town, Akashi Hunter greets you. She desperately needs you to retrieve a helmet with pointy horns from a misty mountain. Will you help the Akashi Hunter?
Yes. A helmet with
You
pointy
follow the
horns.
quest marker to your destination. Wind whips around the mountain. Looks like a long way to the top. Do you charge into danger?
No.
After heading out on the road, you pause to convert many pieces of leather into leather strips.
Oh, I thought it would make
Satisfied
me
with
do
your work,
another.
you return to your path and arrive
Take
at a
another thing.
crossroads.
Never mind.
In one direction is a busy trading post. In the other is an isolated shack. Where would you like to go?
Trading post.
Once at the busy trading post, a dark
Maybe.
elf blacksmith greets you. He looks quite sad. He tells you his servant was killed by a mysterious evil in a dense forest. Will you avenge his servant?
No.
After heading out on the road,
Think I care
you
about
come
your
across a guard
family
who
or
says,
servant?
I got to thinking, maybe
The
I'm a
Doge King.
Dragonborn and just don't know it yet. You promptly knock him over with your thune. Later, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a fishing camp, in the other is an ancient standing stone. Where would you like to go?
Ancient standing stone.
Once at the ancient standing stone, an Altmer carpenter greets you. She looks quite sad. She tells you her barber was killed by a mysterious evil in a dense forest. Will you avenge her barber?
No.
You head out on the road. After stopping to create
Will you
a
avenge my
solution from
goldfish?
jazz grapes and a chicken egg, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a dusty old wood mill, in the other is an ancient standing stone. Where would you like to go?
Dusty Mill.
In one direction is a dusty old wood mill, in the other is an ancient standing stone. Where would you like to go?
A dusty mill.
At the dusty old wood mill, an Imperial Thieves Guild fence greets you. She desperately needs you to retrieve a wedding band from a misty mountain. Will you help the Imperial Thieves Guild fence?
Yes.
You follow the quest marker to your destination. Red and blue flowers adorn the rocky base. You would pick one, but you already have 99. Will you venture in?
Yes.
Cut into the mountainside is an ancient shrine. The offerings, however, are fresh. A wild-eyed Forsworn blocks your path. He looks tough and totally psychotic. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your firebolt burns the Forsworn. You stare at the smoking remains of your enemy, impressed. Winterhold College really paid off. You have triumphed. You have 100 health.
Yes.
There are two paths before you, a snow-filled plateau and a perilous footpath. Which do you choose?
Footpath.
You venture further up the mountain. The steep trail flattens as it wraps around the mountain. You feel another lonely heat. An apprentice fire mage stands before you. He seems unsure of his skills. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Shout.
Foothrow Dock. Your unrelenting force throws the apprentice fire mage back, staggering him. The apprentice fire mage never gets back up. That's what you get for messing with the Dovahkiin. You survived the battle. Your health is at 100. There are two paths before you, a winding, icy ridge and a snowdrift footpath. Which do you choose?
Footpath.
You venture further up the mountain. You pause for a moment to catch your breath in the thin air. You hear clicking. A large mud crab scuttles out from a puddle. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Shout.
Yo! Fire breath bellows from you, searing the large mud crab. Your attack was not very effective. The large mud crab snaps its pincers. You take 6 damage. What would you like to do?
Shout.
Yo! Your fire breath burns the large mud crab.
I just learned
it
a new
bursts into
shout.
flames, then collapses defeated. You have triumphed. You have 94 health. There are 3 paths forward, a snow-covered trail, an ancient Nord bridge, and an ice-bound trail. Which do you choose?
The trail.
You venture further up the mountain. You find yourself on a narrow, twisting path. A spectral form appears before you. The serpentine ice wraith bears its cold fangs. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Shout.
Futhro Dock. Your unrelenting force throws the ice wraith back, staggering you. The ice wraith snaps at you with icy fangs. You take 16 damage. What would you like to do?
Weapon?
Your dagger cuts the ice wraith. Your foe has some resistance to that attack. The
How?
ice wraith snaps at you with icy fangs. You take 16 damage. What would you like to do?
Spell?
Your lightning bolt electrocutes the ice
Burn
wraith.
him!
The room strobes with lightning. When the dust clears, the ice wraith is left singed and dead. You have triumphed. You have 62 health. There are 3 paths forward, a slippery rock scramble, a wide ridge, and a perilous footpath. Which do you choose?
Slippery rock.
You venture further up the mountain. The view is now so magnificent you take a screenshot. One more fight.
I don't know why
Victory
I
or
find this
Silver.
game so funny.
A Dremora caitiff has been summoned ahead. He smells weakness in you. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Shout?
Yo! Your shout becomes fire, scorching the Dremora caitiff. Your thin grows mighty. Your shout skill has increased to level 9. The Dremora caitiff charges towards you. You take 10 damage. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your dagger stabs the Dremora caitiff. The Dremora caitiff attacks, but you evade his maneuver. What
Okay.
would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your dagger slashes the Dremora caitiff. The Dremora caitiff charges towards you. You take 10 damage.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Shout.
Futhro Dock. Unrelenting force smashes into your foe.
There we go.
The Dremora caitiff charges towards you. You take 10 damage. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your ice spike freezes the Dremora caitiff. You stare at the frozen statue before you, greatly impressed with yourself. You have triumphed.
Yes.
You have 32 health. You have successfully retrieved the wedding band. This should fetch a nice reward. You made it all the way around the mountain back to where you began. Funny how walking in a circle will do that. The Thieves Guild fence looks at the wedding band, relieved. She thanks you and rewards you with a stone of Barenzia. It looks nice, but let's be honest, you'll likely never complete the set. You head out on the road.
That's
You
so
wander aimlessly.
true.
You start to wonder why so many people keep journals. It usually gets them into trouble. Eventually, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a Daedric shrine, in the other is a fishing camp. Where would you like to go?
Shrine.
At the Daedric shrine, an Altmer mercenary greets you. He desperately needs you to retrieve the Star of Azura from a dense forest. Will you help the Altmer mercenary?
Yes.
You follow the quest marker to your destination. The sun peeks through the forest canopy and the resulting god rays tank your frame rate. Will you venture in?
God race. Yes.
The canopy of trees
God
sway in the
rays.
wind, like Nords after too much mead. An unnatural coldness creeps over you. An apprentice ice mage stands before you. He seems unsure of his skills. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your firebolt scorches the apprentice ice mage. Your foe is resistant to this type of attack. The apprentice ice mage releases streams of frost from his hands. You take 10 damage. What would you like to do?
Weapon. Weapon.
Your dagger pierces the chest of the apprentice ice mage. The apprentice ice mage dies.
You
You
gone.
probably should have studied in Winterhold a little harder.
Oh yeah.
You are victorious. Your health is at 90. There are 2 ways forward, a suspiciously quiet glade and a well-kept trail. Which do you choose?
Suspicious glade.
You move deeper into the forest. You crouch behind a fallen tree and survey the scene. A bandit outlaw is sipping meat at a table. He attacks in a drunken rage. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Oh, that was yes to the game.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
What are my items?
Futhro Da. Your unrelenting force throws the bandit outlaw back, staggering him. The bandit outlaw jabs his dagger into your armor. You take 8 damage. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your dagger eviscerates the bandit outlaw. He cries out and expires. He died as he lived. Or something like that. You are victorious. Your health is at 82. There are 3 paths forward, a craggy hill, a foggy deadwood grove, and a steep hill. Which do you choose?
Craggy wood.
You move deeper into the forest. Clouds cover the sun and the forest suddenly feels unnerving. You hear a blood-curdling howl. Suddenly, a fully grown ice wolf leaps out at you. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your firebolt scorches the ice wolf. The ice wolf lunges at you and bites. You take 6 damage. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your dagger eviscerates the ice wolf. The ice wolf whimpers and dies. You survived the battle. Your health is at 76. There are 2 ways forward, a moss-covered bridge and a foot-worn stone bridge. Which do you choose?
Stonebridge.
You move deeper into the forest. A hawk circles overhead, no doubt searching for game. Clearly, you're not the only thing on the hunt in these woods. Your hair stands on end. An apprentice storm mage stands before you. He seems unsure of his skills. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your dagger eviscerates the apprentice storm mage. The apprentice storm mage dies. You probably should have studied in Winterhold a little harder. You are victorious. Your health is at 76. There are 2 ways forward, a grassy footpath and a foot-worn stone bridge. Which do you choose?
Footpath.
You move deeper into the forest. Birdsong fills the air. Strangely, you can hear them, but not see them. It looks like your quest is nearing completion. One more challenge awaits. A grizzled snowy saber cat is perched up ahead. It looks ready to pounce. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Shout.
Yo! Fire breath bellows from you, searing the snowy saber cat. Your foe is resistant to this type of attack. The snowy saber cat leaps at you. You take 11 damage. What would you like to do?
Yo.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Spell. Doctor Strange.
Firebolt burns the snowy saber cat. The snowy saber cat leaps at you. You take 11 damage. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your dagger pierces the chest of the snowy saber cat. The snowy saber cat roars defiantly before collapsing,
Yes.
dead. You have triumphed.
Roars
You
dead.
have 54 health. You have successfully retrieved the Star of Azura. This should fetch a nice reward. You realize the path through the forest loops back to where you started your quest. That would have been good to know earlier.
Yes.
The mercenary looks at the Star of Azura, relieved. He thanks you and rewards you with some Dremora fingernail clippings.
Yeah,
These
thank
must have some alchemical use, but you're not willing to eat them to find out.
Yes.
You head out on the road. After an uncomfortable
willing to
run with
eat them.
sophomore escorting a prisoner, you arrive
Eat
at
a
a
giant
crossroads.
toad to figure
In
out
one direction is an abandoned
what it does.
tower. In the other is a quaint farm. Where would you like to go?
Abandoned tower.
At the abandoned tower, a brazen blacksmith greets you. He desperately needs you to retrieve a detailed map of Skyrim from a misty mountain. Will you help the bread and blacksmith?
No.
You head out on the road. After using unrelenting force on a goat, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a spooky lighthouse. In the other is an abandoned tower. Where would you like to go?
Spooky.
In one direction is a spooky lighthouse. In the other is an abandoned tower. Where would you like to go?
Spooky lighthouse.
You meet a Nord hunter at the spooky lighthouse. She's lost an item of great sentimental value, an ancestral weapon. She begs you to retrieve it for her. Will you lend your aid to this desperate hunter?
Yes.
You follow the quest marker to your destination. The cave lies before you. You get a feeling someone, or something, is watching you. Are you ready to face the peril ahead?
Yes.
Moss lines the walls of this cavernous chamber. You feel another worldly heat. An apprentice fire mage stands before you. He seems unsure of his skills. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Shout.
Yo. Your fire breath burns the apprentice fire mage. He's just a pile of foul-smelling ash now. You are victorious. Your health is at 100. There are two paths before you, a spooky path and a sturdy ladder. Which do you choose?
Spooky path.
You move deeper into the cave. The cave
Spooky,
sand
scary
floods your nostrils
skeletons.
with just a hint of skeever droppings. A dragon or white lurches out of his grave. It stinks of rotting flesh. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Spell.
Your lightning bolt shocks the Draugr or white. Your magicka swells with arcane power. Your magic skill
kill
has
it?
increased to level 11.
Did it kill it?
The Draugr or white strikes you with its ancient sword. You take 7 damage. What would you like to
I
do?
am reading the chat. I already told you. I don't know.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your dagger stabs the Draugr or white. Your foe has some resistance to that attack. The Draugr or white strikes you with its ancient sword. You take 7 damage. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your dagger slashes the Draugr or white. Your attack was not very effective. The Draugr or white strikes you with its ancient sword. You take 7 damage. What would you like to do?
Shout.
Futhro Da. Unrelenting
There we
force
go.
smashes into your foe. The Draugr or white croaks one last breath. Defeated. Your shout echoes all the way to Sovngarde. You survived the battle. Your health is at 79. There are 3 paths forward, a rope walkway to a corridor, a cracked oak door, and a rusty hinged door. Which do you choose?
Cracked up door.
You move deeper into the cave. Stalagmites and stalactites line the floor and ceiling, but you can't remember which one is which. One more foe left to slay. This is it. You accidentally step on a flower. A furious brigand roars and charges madly towards you. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your dagger pierces the spriggan. The spriggan is resistant to that attack. The spriggan attacks you wildly. You take 10 damage. What would you like to do?
Weapon.
Your dagger cuts the spriggan. Your attack was not very effective. Your skill with artists has increased to level 14. The Spriggan attacks you wildly. You take 10 damage. What would you like to do?
What? Spell.
Your ice spike pierces the Spriggan. The Spriggan attacks you wildly. You take 10 damage. What would you like to do?
Shout.
Futhrow Dock. Your unrelenting force throws the Spriggan back, staggering her. The Spriggan never gets back up. That's what you get for messing with the Dovahkiin. You have triumphed. You have 49 health. You loot the Spriggan's remains, find a legendary steel dagger, and cast aside your old weapon. You pick up the ancestral weapon, determined to return it to its rightful owner. You hop down a ledge and find yourself at the cave's entrance. Neat. The Nord Hunter thanks you for retrieving her ancestral weapon.
Tell me.
How could she live with it? As a reward, she gives you a regifted note. You inspect the note. There's a bloody handprint and the words "we know." We know what, you wonder? You head out on the road. As you wander aimlessly, you start to wonder why so many people keep journals. It usually gets them into
Alexa,
trouble. Eventually.
stop.
Sorry, I'm having trouble accessing your Skyrim very special edition skill right now.
What do you mean someone asked for your number? Do you like him? Do you like this? Holy Caitlin? No one's interested in me. I'm ugly and I'm not funny. I'm just gonna die. I'm just gonna jump off the bridge. I just decided, guys. Last stream, everybody. Cause I'm jumping off. Goodbye, world. It just makes me want to cry. Down, 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 down. Give me a random. Give me a mysterious stranger. Come on, let's go. Give me the bow, down, down, down. Wow, 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 wow. I need to get food. I can wait a couple seconds and then rush it. I'm freaked out because no guy has showed interest in me at first. Always making the first move. I think that was like another Gavin situation though. I think maybe someone told him to ask someone out. Come on, bruh! fight! And someone's dying actually really quick. Why is this guy dying? And everybody else. Do you still do the Binding of Isaac? I don't. Well, I don't. But Milk, if you ever have anything that you want to know about the Binding of Isaac, go on ahead. I don't play it anymore because they completely wiped out everybody's saves, and it also did it on stream. So I was just playing, and it just kicked me out of my game. Or it literally, I was done doing Ultra Greed, and this is the thing. Apparently, it was an update. I was playing while the game was updating, but it never showed anything of being updating. So the game had a secret update, and I was playing while it updated, and it wiped out all my things. And I just said I was too far. So if you have any questions about Binding of Isaac, I'm still your guy. I don't play it as much. I don't play it on stream anymore. It's fucking pointless. That's like the third time it's done it to me. PC, I might just only play it on PC. Like, console, it's convenient on console, but it's fucking stupid as shit. I still love it, but I still love Binding of Isaac. It's one of my favorite games. But my bad, Milk. I like it. I'm still pretty good at it. It's that fucking Forgotten guy. You know that update? Yeah. The update that I never wanted, or I didn't even know about? Yeah. Flushed my entire saves. I tried to bring them back. Nope. Wiped everything. Everything. I couldn't bring them back. I even went into the thing. It literally deleted everything. None of the saves. I couldn't upload or download any of it. So that was great. So he was with his Christian family, and he was crying. So don't play games like that. I'm gonna cry, man, because I feel threatened. Because I love you, and now since people are interested in you, you're gonna leave me because I'm ugly. I'm ugly. He walked up to me for a refill and started talking about coupons and how a good deal it was and what kind of deal can It was slick. I was like, I'm too young. Where's the person wearing the waitress? What? Where is everyone? This isn't everyone in my vault. I don't think so. Then I was like, I'm 16 anyway. Oh yeah. is she? Is she dead? I don't see a body. Are they talking about a corpse in here? Because sometimes if there's like a dead vault dweller, they talk about corpse. What happened to it? Alright, you know, can we check out all the females in this game? Okay, she's not wearing it. You're not wearing it. You're clearly not wearing it. Did you hit on this guy too? Were you like, I don't have a boyfriend? You're not concerned about that, as I thought. Yeah, I'm internally freaking out. Because that means that you're thinking. Where? Where is... Good question. Where is one of my vault dwellers? That's a very good question. I am entirely missing a vault dweller. I'm missing one that looks like a waitress, or is wearing a waitress uniform. Why are you internally freaking out? I don't know, because I guess I care about you, Brad, and I'll start talking to you when I freak out. Yeah, like I said, I don't see anybody who's dead in here. But there's someone, look. Uniforms. We go all the way down here, and we should find someone wearing this. Keep going. Keep going. What? Did it not count it? I got a uniform called... Did they delete that? Oh, hell no, bro. Oh my fucking god. I hit save game. Okay, I'm confused. Well, that means a lot. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for subscribing, like, and favorite video. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.